Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of D.H.PLAY Amnesia, a machine for pigs. See, we are in this shoot where we managed to escape Crazy Pigman in the end of the last episode. We have to go down, but the looks of it there's no return once we do go down, so jump on him out. Here we go. Ouch, that hurt. Why is it so red here? Nothing that way. It's really dark down here as well. I'm not sure whether it was dark because it was actually dark or because maybe I fucked myself up because I did fall distance. Oh, I can hear Crazy Pigs. I can hear Crazy Pigs. There's the locks. Is it still locked too? Yeah, we gotta go that way. Nice little makeshift steps. In the nest of eggs, it is cradled in his sweating hands. It sucks the fever loose from his body. He dreams of birds far above in the jungle canopy. A jaguar coughing at the dawn. That was the jaguar coughing at dawn. Where's the door to this? That is not so good. The good news is we went down. Bad news is I think this guy's drunk again. It's all green and shit. Oh, the what goes on down here. We got a phone, nice.
Quickly, Mantis, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
Slam that phone down. Alright, so we gotta find a secret entrance. We also had a journal entry. Let's check that out. Sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family. And I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge. Drain the flood. Free your children. Looks like we've got to go down. But what's in here? I never know. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion Vita to 1 part orgone monad Disperal fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Jesus Christ. I want to come across where that is. That's just some crazy experiments on people and pigs. We got journal entry too. There is clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlocks is old but firm. And after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. I certainly hope so, Amandus. Excuse me. Okay, we've got to find another way. This is the best idea we have. Go down the green steps. Looks like a door, but it's not. Oh, we have some glasses. Or do we? No, we don't have some glasses. Did just get a journal entry though. The centrifuge. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to mix something. Just to be sure there's nothing down here, right? Just checking. There's a route. And there's a route. This says low temperature storage. Is that a button? No, I don't think so. What about this thing? Oh, I see. You've got to have 3 different capsules. What does this one say? Holding pens. Again, low temperature storage is the one we want to go to first. Shit, did I just imagine that? I'm not sure if I imagined that. There was a pig that got up on 2 feet and walked up. And then it just disappeared. Don't know. Low temperature storage. I'm gonna be in trouble in here or not? Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole. Fore and aft, leaking down my leg, blood and excrement. Oh my god. My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that because of the changes. They ripple in on me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, put them back in my great gums with my fingers, but the nails were all weepy and falling out. Sounds like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not us all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Well, kind of wish I didn't read that now. Talking about blokes shitting blood and all that business. Okay, what do we have here? Stop that. Turn this on. Do we have to do something here? I don't even know what we do. Ah, look at what we have here. We have a bubble. I thought we came from this direction. That's weird, everything's changed. Oh no! Oh fuck! God damn it. No pigman. Pigman got his revenge on me, and we died. Okay, well, I'm not sure what I actually did though. Where did it say? Did I do what was needed to be done? We've already done that then. Didn't happen that time. Maybe we were supposed to die. Where is he? Did you see him?
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Dump him in the river. Do you think he's dead or alive? Silence, do not startle or upset these inquisitions. Shit, I wanted to torture you. Teddy bears and a bunch of flies buzzing about. Excuse me. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I have ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the crowding in their teeming, sinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, we give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed. Oh my god. As bones are reset, I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. Fifth of the process. Does that say fifth or a filter? Dunno. Is their reflections that trouble them the most. Oh, after the process. After the process, it's their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. I'm confused, speechless, shocked, and...
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hawk, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
What do we have to do here then? Come on, I tried to open that door. Hang on, it's open now. Oh, it's fucking with me again. Something's squeaking about back here. Holy shit! What happened? What happened? Pig turned into nothing?
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
The crucible of evil that stalks these corridors. I'm so happy to be here. Crucible of evil that stalks these corridors. Sounds like an interesting place. Look at what we have here. Okay. Yeah, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'm on level 5, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another possibly 5 or 6 levels after this. So I'm about halfway according to this map. Food bridge emergency shutdown in place. Not sure if that's right, but I think it is. Excuse me. Blood, teddy bears. Blood on the other side. More experiments with Compound X. Took the drug and injected it with stringin. After the expected convolutions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and it introduced an alternating current via induction coil for the period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was restrained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of stringent poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps yes. It is after all known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. I don't know about that. Why does it keep pushing me to that side? I don't know. Stand up yet? Yeah, okay. Let's drop down there. Shit, I should have just pressed them. Damn it. I thought I had to do something else, but really I don't. Okay. Now we should be good. Take that out of there. Put it in here. Send someone over into that one though. Put it in there then. A heady brew. I have the compound. It hisses and steams in the container like something living thing. A witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass. A strange choice unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with this so-called compound X. I should investigate further for clues. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it now though. What the hell am I supposed to do with this compound then? It's not that. What the hell do we have to do with this then? Pop it in the chair? I really don't know. Oh, that's it. The light on it. It's kind of interesting. Let's move on. Oh, he's getting drunk again.
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
Not meant to do that. This looking world. All these nails and no wound? What kind of carpenter are you? That figure cannot help but open its arms to you. Where is the strength in that? I don't know. I don't know. Oh no, man, I'm aligning bile. I'm aligning some kind of bile. It's not cool. Which way do you think? Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalped. Let's say scalded. Scalded, dehead, and scraped ready for gambroling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls the operations of the processing of products throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes into one direction and superheated vapors in another. That note was left on a skeleton. Tidily piled up in a nice fashion. Let's get the fuck out of here, man.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I will have to find a local sluice pumps. I think that's a sluice. To drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded the tunnels though? What did he hope to achieve? Well, I just got another one? No, I didn't. Weird. Let's try this one. Okay. I had a flashback to the scariest moment in the Amnesia Dark Descent, and I was like, please, not again. I don't think my little heart could handle it. This path there. Just get one. There's some kind of room. shit. Oh, something fucked up is in the water. And it's electrocuted. Get the fuck away from me. We still haven't come across Peg Dude yet either. He's gotta be here somewhere. Okay, another clue. That's where I am now? How did I get from there to... There's a telephone there. Several of the older forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Shlem, and I am no Elia. No idea. At least, not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant, as we do at the center where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by freezing temperatures of those towers. Up there, where the area is hot and fetid, they become overheated and their duality tears them asunder, as the other places flies from their cells and their vita splinters. They live sporadically, torn from one world to the other and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world. Then they are torn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now. The abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. Okay, well. I'll make a hell of a lot of sense out of this. Wish I could, but I can't. Can't interact with this machine at all. Yes, I can.
Faster, Mandus. Drain the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
That was not open before. What's it done? It hasn't done anything. Something is fucking about with me in that water, I'm telling you. Which way are we going? Something dropped down.
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world
with a clean new one.
Mr. Mandus, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer, this visionary with whom you have embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return?
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Right. That was, yeah. It must be in there, there must be a vault. Fuck, dude, man. And I said, look, my darlings, you can see it. And they said, yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. A tall, weathered cap of a steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt, stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about, intertwining, and succurbans that thrive about the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten. And this, here, is where a king sat. And this is where the priest lived. This house. This is the house of the dead. And here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw their hearts that were not consumed. No, my darling, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether. Or perhaps their tragedy was they simply could not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling in upon them. Well, I'd have to agree with that. That sounds kind of fucking stupid, but hey. Let's do this. Alright, well there's the second thing. I'm curious to know whether this is where I gotta escape to. Let's have a look. That's done it. Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again and move onwards. The waters I pushed back, making the way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of the filthy torrent back into the Thames, where it belongs, and clear the path to the centre of the machine. This is definitely not open, right? It's not open. Okay, so we've got to go this way.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
Oh yeah. Another one of these machines. What's the reason? I don't know where they're supposed to be puzzles on it. Not hard. Okay, this is actually drained the whole lot. A lot of doors down here. Holy shit! Lots of roaches. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures. Never mind, my instincts have drawn me thus far, and I am sure somewhere in this dank complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they are so very human, so very childlike. And I will not think of what I have seen of the chairs and the cages, and I will not think of how such monsters can be sculpted. You fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down. Look at him, man. I don't even know what are they eating? Man, that is messed up. Just have to see. That one. Seems a lot of music. What's in here? You're a bit of a nasty little fuck, ain't you? Down we go. So what's down here? She has to drop down there. down into hell down here, isn't it? Who built this? So I reckon they're both probably the same. Shaking again. Yeah, they're both the same. As much as most games have relished on their ladder gameplay, can we get past this part? Because ladder gameplay is kind of primitive. Okay, so we're still in the same place. From tide to spine. And who is that third? That shadow, that spirit child in the background. That barely formed, that changeling. That almost lived. That never missed. Okay, well, we've started a new area. I think that will be it for episode 4, and we will pick this up in episode 5. I've been Part Miss Grind, been watching D.H.PLAY of Amnesia and Machine for Pigs. See you soon.